just talking about the Flat Earth Society, and that was interesting. I watched a Netflix documentary on it last night, and how people believe in it because they have kind of been left out in society, and they found a community that also believes in that. So that was a really interesting thing to think about, rather than just these people are fucking crazy, which they're not. They're just normal people. So it was really interesting for me to see that. And then it was also kind of funny because they proved themselves wrong, but then just denied it because it shook their beliefs, and they didn't want to let that go, which is funny but also kind of sad at the same time, because they believe in it so much they're willing to just deny science. So we were just been talking about that for a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I am super hungry. Pancake breakfast, February 24th. I missed that.
Where are we?
I don't know where we're at.
Hotel Davenport.
We'll get a post.
We're in... No, we're not. I don't know where we are.
Let's get a post-explosion update here on my arms.
Oh.
I can tell that. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, that's nice. And then on my other arm here too. By my watch. Yeah, that was an interesting thing. I was cooking about 6 things at once. Not 6, maybe 3. 3 things. I was getting 3 things ready. And I had a pot of olive oil that I was gonna make some sauce in, some homemade marinara sauce that I made before. And I had that pot of olive oil on low on the oven, and I was chopping other stuff up and getting everything ready and prepped, and I just left that olive oil on there. And I guess if you heat the oil too long, it gets really weird. It was like a weird looking translucent, but also like bright green. It looked like antifreeze almost, like a little, not as much contrast in there, but like it was a little bit faded antifreeze, a little more clear antifreeze.
You never told me that.
And yeah, so that's why so I took it off the heat, because I was like, nah, I'm not gonna use that. And it was hot, obviously, and so I was swirling it around, holding it above the heat, trying to cool it off a little bit. I turned, and I was doing that for a few minutes, and it didn't look shimmery on top anymore, like, you know how olive oil's hot when you see it shimmering. And then I was gonna stream it down the drain to get rid of it. And so I turn the water on, bring the pot around over there, I'm swirling it a little bit, make sure it looks pretty cool, and I go to tip it into the water, and some of the water gets into the freaking pot. Like, it had to be just a tablespoon or more, maybe, I don't know. It was not a lot of water, and as soon as it hits the oil, it's just fuzzing and going crazy, bubbling. I was just like, oh, this is not good. So in that, I looked down at it, saw that it was going nuts, and in my head, it was like like the beginning of every Marvel movie where they flip through all the different superheroes, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It just goes, you just see them really fast as they go by, like Hulk, Black Panther, Iron Man, all that shit. That's what it was like in my head, except all the YouTube videos I've seen of people getting blown up by hot oil. And I was like, yep, I'm about to be one of those idiots. And then, boom! The pot, it just exploded, blew up all over my arms, on my neck, and didn't get on my face, so my moneymaker's still intact. But,
thank God.
Yeah, it burns pretty good, obviously. It's hot oil. And yeah, so I'm now one of those idiots.
Never again.
No, never again.
It doesn't look as bad as when you had that rash from that weeds all over your
No,
arms.
that was bad too. That was the wild parsnip. That got me worse than the olive oil, but
Olive oil could have been worse.
yeah, could have been a lot worse.
Fresh
So,
eggs.
That's my story for the week.
Learn from it.